So, y'all, welcome this week to this week's G.I. Joe toy review, where we'll be reviewing Grunt. But before we get to Grunt, we'll do our shout-outs of the week. First, at Back to the Media at 48 South Loudon Street here in Winchester, Virginia, where you can get all your video game needs, going all the way back to the Atari, all the way up to current systems, all kinds of games included. Sports, action adventure, drama, realistic games, you name it. You got it, quiz games, all that kind of stuff. They got it Back to the Media. Plus, they also got all kinds of, they got comic books and all kinds of Funko Pops and records and CDs and cassettes and videotapes and DVDs and all that kind of stuff. So go ahead and check them out. And while you're in the neighborhood, go directly across the street, kind of diagonal to where they are, to Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles, where you can get all kinds of toys from G.I. Joe to Transformers, the He-Man, the WWE, and all forms in between. And kind of early announcement, starting January of 2023, I will be starting reviewing wrestling figures. So hey, so that'll be a new channel on there, a new thing you guys can look at, and whatnot. I'm trying to be diverse on this channel, but so go ahead and check that out. That'll be every Thursday. But after you leave Time Travelers, if you're in the need of a comic book itch being scratched, you can go to Four Color Fantasies on 80 Weems Lane and check them out and see what they got going on over there. And you can get IDW, DC, Marvel, and all points in between. So definitely feel free and please check them out. If you need any counseling, you can go to 133 West Boscawen Street and see Robert C. Brown at Healing Grace Counseling Services and check him out. He's a good guy to talk to. He's a good listener, gives good sound advice and all that kind of stuff. And after you leave there, if you need a bank and you're in the Winchester or Clark County area, let me suggest to you Bank of Clark County, where you can get all your banking needs there. I've been banking with them since 2018. And I'm very thankful that I have. And so go ahead and check them out. So let's get to Grunt. We're going to start with his file card, where it says Special Infantry or Infantry Squad Leader, codename Grunt. Here's a picture of Grunt with his G.I. Joe logo. And his file name is Graves Robert W. Primary military specialty is infantry. Secondary military specialty is glider pilot. Birthplace is Columbus, Ohio, and he's a grade of E6. And the text reads, it might seem paradoxical to have a general infantry trooper in a special missions force, but Grunt is no ordinary soldier. Even in an army of thousands, General Hawk took notice and saw in Grunt the consummate soldier. Grunt was always the backbone of every unit of which he was assigned and exceeded expectations on countless operations. Every unit to which he was assigned, or this type of outstanding service record led to Grunt being chosen as one of the original members during the formation of the G.I. Joe team. On Duke's advisement, he left the service to pursue a degree in electrical engineering and tried his hand at life in the mundane business world. However, when it became clear the evil menace was stronger than ever, he re-enlisted and to get back to fighting Cobra. Second paragraph reads, Grunt believes that constant training and education is the key of staying one step ahead of the enemy, and he constantly qualifies himself with the latest infantry weapons and equipment. To that end, on rare occasions, he will strap on a professional wing glider backpack for silent attacks in the enemy territory, though he prefers to keep his boots in the mud. Quote at the bottom reads, you have to lead your troops by setting the example right on the battlefield, not by barking orders out from behind them. That's a really good quote. So let's take a look at his figure stand. Upraised G.I. Joe logo, 2-foot pace, codename Grunt. Let me list the other accessories that I do not have with me at the moment. But he also comes with a buck knife, which is very reminiscent. It's kind of similar to this here knife that came with retro lined Retroline uh, Snake Eyes, but it's silver blade, but the handle's gray. And he comes with a little pistol that's gray. And he also comes with his tan helmet, which is the same color as his uniform. But I don't have them with me at the moment. I forgot where I put them. But he does come with this rifle, which is nicely sculpted, as well as this little assault rifle with a grenade launcher at the bottom. Pretty cool looking weapon. And here's his little jetpack glider that is mentioned in his file card. Takes his pack right there. It's got a little button right there in the back that actually opens up the wingspan. Well, it's supposed to open the wingspan. It comes out like that. It connects there to his feet. It's kind of cool. Somewhat dorky with the cloth, but it's still kind of cool. Let's take a look at Grunt. He's got the typical G.I. Joe articulation, where his head can swivel all the way around, full 360, do some up and down, a little bit of wiggly waggly. His arm could go to about there, extend to about there, rotate the full 360. He can bend at the elbow, both ways. He can rotate at the elbow, a full 360. Rotate at the wrist. He's got the ab crunch feature. I'm not sure if the camera's picking up, but it's okay. His legs can split about that far as a typical T-hook. He can lift his leg up. Of course, my legs are loose on this guy. He was like that when I bought him. But his leg can lift about there. Double knee joint. He can bend at the ankle, as well as rotate at the ankle. That's basically typically Grunt's articulation, but let's take a look at his color and sculpt. As you can tell, he's got that tan uniform, black web gear, black boots, tan all over. What you would typically feature as for a Grunt soldier. No pun intended. But let's take a look at him in his battle gear. So here he is in his battle gear. Like I said, I'm missing the helmet, but the knife, which will go right there, and the gun, which will go in the holster on the other side. But this is pretty much what Grunt would look like all geared up. Very good looking soldier. I would do this as a top tier figure. I kind of don't like the helmet because it's very, very loose on this guy. At least I found in my example. And it's very losable. But I still would get this figure. It's very good to have in the collection. Especially if you want the originals. I mean, it's not in his original green, but it's still really good. But his first comic book appearance was in issue number 1 of the Marvel comic run, where he was in the original set of 13 Joes that went on their first mission. He was in the very first miniseries of A Real American Hero from Sunbow, which is also known by the fan community as the Mass Device. To check out the original 1982 version, which is the green figure, go and check out ACC 788, as well as the tan version of that figure, as well as Form BX257. He does one of each, does the original and the second. But this is the updated version of the second. There's quite a few other channels, Mr. 1013, quite a few other channels that does this guy, so go ahead and check them out. It's very good to have in your collection. But this has been Grunt. Tune in next week as we do another G.I. Joe figure, which will be a Cobra this time, and a different version of one I did prior a couple years ago. But this one was actually sold as a vehicle driver. So go ahead and check that out. But this has been Grunt. And as for Cobra Island, now you know, and knowing is half the battle. And also tune in Sunday to watch a awesome Transformer review. I couldn't wait to review, and I can't wait to show them to y'all and present them to y'all. So tune in Sunday to see that. And see y'all in the next one. Peace, love, and hair grease.